Hi everyone, Anthony DiFiglio here, back again with another video. And today we will be checking out the Mikael Åkerfeldt signature Paul Reed Smith from PRS Guitars. Before we get into the review, if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to click the bell and hit that subscribe button down below, as I would really appreciate it. Now, let's get into the review. For those who don't know, Mikael Åkerfeldt is the frontman and guitarist for the legendary band Åkerfeldt. I decided to buy one of these because, when I first tried one of these, I fell in love. Not only did I fall in love, but, I've been a fan of Åkerfeldt for, over 5 years now, and this has always been on my wish list, so I'm now happy to own one of these, and I found one here for a good deal, so I thought, why not make a review video of it too. I'm not sure what the body wood is, but we have a flame maple veneer. We have an Åkerfeldt decal right here, logo decal. We have a three-way switch, a volume and tone, Paul Reed Smith stock pickups, I'm not sure which exact ones, and the fingerboard, 24 frets on a single cut, that's always comes in handy, a satin neck, and we also have gold hardware, and yeah, I'm not sure what the scale length. I think it's 25.5, but either which way, it fits. So what do I think of this guitar so far? Well, honestly, I've owned this thing for a year, and I can tell you, it plays very good, and it sounds very good, and it's very aesthetically pleasing. I mean, anywhere from the ebony fingerboard to the finish, the iconic Åkerfeldt O right here. I mean, the headstock even has Mikael Åkerfeldt's name on the headstock. I mean, this is just an all-around really good instrument. I will talk about the cons later, but I will tell you this. The pickups in these actually are very good. I mean, even though these are not aftermarket pickups, I will say that there's a lot of diversity on what these pickups are able to be capable of doing. I mean, I used this guitar on my Laid to Rest Lamb of God cover. If you guys, I'm sure most of you guys have seen that one. I mean, it screams pinch harmonics all day. This is just, it not only just screams pinch harmonics, but the clean tones are very pleasing to the ear. The pickups, when you roll down that volume knob, you can really, if you're into Guns N' Roses or something, you can get those nice, pentatonic, bluesy licks out of this. It's just an all-around. It's more versatile than you think it is. I mean, I've played thrash metal on it. I've played death metal on it. I've played black metal on it, and of course, progressive metal on it. I mean, it really sounds good, and it stays true to its roots, considering that, I've had very good experience with these, not just PRS in general, but I've had very good experience with the SE series, whether it be the Tremonti, the Zach Myers, the Dave Navarro series, even this one. And, that says a lot because, these are usually, these aren't the American-made ones, but these are just, it's a great value. I mean, I just really wish, I know Mikael Åkerfeldt is still with PRS, but I wonder why they discontinued this model, because this really is a great investment. I mean, it's a shame. One thing I forgot to point out was the neck profile. Although Paul Reed Smith, on their website, they do mention it being a wide fat, honestly, it's actually a middle ground between a thin neck and a thick neck. It's actually not very thick at all, but it's not like Ibanez thin to where it's only like a shredder's neck. I mean, whether you're a rhythm player, a lead player, a shredder, a jazz guy, or a blues guy, this guitar has you covered. I mean, the fret axis is pretty good for a single cut. It has 24 frets. The frets are very good quality. They don't die out or give up on you. It's easy to intonate. It's, the playability is very good. It's super comfortable. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this guitar in terms of playability, but it just plays really freaking good. I mean, and that's something to say about a a PRS SE because, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever played a PRS SE that I actually hated. Like, I even played ones that are, like, my friend has a blue one that's like not a signature model, that's just a production model, like around a similar price range to this one. You know, it might be a little bit more, I'm not sure. But they all play just really good in their own way. They're just really great value, you know. They're really great guitars, let's just put it that way. Before we get into the demo, I'm tuned to drop D, and I'll be using my Kemper profiling app using all sorts of tones. I'll see you guys on the other side. See you soon. From hearing those demos, you could tell that this guitar sounds as good as it looks. But before we get to my final thoughts, I'd like to talk about the pros and cons as we speak. For the pros, this guitar is very aesthetically pleasing, the stock pickups sound good, they're very diverse, and the satin neck is extremely comfortable, it looks good, it feels very good in the right hands, and it's just an overall just incredible value. I mean, a lot of these SEs I'm just very impressed with, whether they're made in Indonesia or Korea. You know, PRS can really make a great guitar at almost any price range, you know, give or take. Although this instrument is a very good value and it has a lot of pros, I would like to inform you about some cons. One con I would like to discuss with you guys is the tuners. These tuners, in all honesty, do not hold tune very well. Whenever I'm soloing or doing a lot of vibrato on the G, B, D, sometimes A string, it just slips out of tune, and sometimes it's even a pain in the butt to, like, with my tuner to make sure you get these things like to like perfect pitch, you know. Like I said, I love this guitar, but that is one thing that can be a hassle from time to time. But I do think with good locking tuners and a solid nut, I think it's not really that big of a deal, but just something to keep in mind. Another thing I would like to point out on this guitar that could be a pro or a con depending on how you look at it is the Åkerfeldt O. If you're an Åkerfeldt fan, you know, I could see whether or not this would bother you. You know, if you're playing out, I could see why you wouldn't want that there. And then I can also see if somebody is, you know, not an Åkerfeldt fan, doesn't know who Åkerfeldt is, but then wants to play the instrument and they don't like that, or they don't want that on the guitar, perfectly understandable, I get it. I could see why it would be a con in that case. But for me personally, honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much because, you know, I only use this really at home. This is just something I noodle around with. I do really like this guitar, and I do, you know, write on this guitar, in fact, because Åkerfeldt is one of my favorite bands, but honestly, it's not too big of a deal, you know. I guess if it's not your main guitar or something, but, you know, not the worst thing in the world. And the last con of this instrument is it's discontinued. What does that mean? That means they no longer make this model anymore, and it's no longer in production. So, my final thoughts are, if you can find this instrument around $400 to $500, it is well worth it. if you see this instrument on Reverb or eBay or anywhere used for like $1,000 or more, it's not worth it. But it's a fantastic value, and that's why I am giving this guitar 9 out of 10 guitar picks. From the pickups, the finish, the quality, the playability, how aesthetically pleasing it is, you know, it's just, it's well worth it. You know, whether you're a player or a collector, this is just a great value. And that's why I'm keeping mine forever. Overall, thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell down below. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment. I'm Anthony DiFiglio, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.